The outcome was the draw fell to the night, for which full blithe and glad was every wight.
It falls to me to start the game. I welcome this draw, in Jesus' name. Will, as olden stories telling us, there was a duke whose name was Theseus. Of Athens was he lord and governor, and in his time was such a conqueror that greater was there none under the sun. Many a mighty country had he won, and with his statesmanship and chivalry subdued that mighty realm of Femini upon a time 'twas known as Scythia, and married with its queen Hippolyta, and brought her back with him to his country with great rejoicing and solemnity. And with her came her sister, Emily.
What folk are ye? What folk are ye that at my homecoming perturb my celebration with your wailing? Have you such little feeling of joy that thus in waymanship you shriek and cry?
Great Lord, whom fortune crowns with victory, long may you reign. Show us your clemency. Have mercy on our woe and our distress.
Some tear of pity, if thy gentleness, upon us wretched woman let thou fall.
For certes, Lord, there's none among us all that hath not been a duchess or a queen.
I, wretched wight that weep and wail and thus, was once the wife to King Capaneus, slaughtered at Thebes. Oh, cursed be that day!
And now that old fox Creon, all Thebes city, who in his pride and his iniquity, for spite, for vengeance and for tyranny, upon the bodies does great villainy of all our lords that in the siege lie slain.
He will not let us bring them home again,
but sets his hands to eat them out of spite.
Oh,
mighty Theseus, help us, do us right.
This gentle duke then, when he heard them speak, he thought for certain that his heart would break, and he uttered this oath.
As I am truest knight, I'll bring down all my force of arms, my might, against the head of Creon, tyrant proud, that all the Grecian folk shall cry aloud how wicked kings will have their just reward.
Hooray!
What's more to tell? Unfurled he his banners, and forth he rode to Thebes, and with him all his mighty host. King Creon fought well, but the day he lost, for Theseus slew him manly as a knight, tore down the city's walls, and put all its folks to flight. And to the ladies he restored again the bones of all their husbands that had been slain. Enchanced, upon the battlefields they found, thrust through with many grievous and a bloody wound, two young knights, handsome, lying side by side, the finest arms they had, richly arrayed, not quite alive, but not quite dead they were. But by their coat of arms and by their gear, the heralds knew their ancestry was good. Princes of Thebes, cousins of royal blood.
To Athens with them. Let them dwell in prison perpetually. I will accept no ransom.
And that was that. What needeth words mo? For in a tower, in anguish and in woe, Archita and his cousin Palamon evermore are locked. No hope of freedom. Time passeth, year by year and day by day, until it chanced that upon a morn of May, Emily, who fairer was than the fairest, whitest lily flower, walked amidst the garden as the sun uptryst amongst the curious bowers, and where she list. And as an angel, heavenishly she sang. This Palamon, this woeful prisoner, was up and pacing in his chamber high, from whence into the garden he could spy. Fate made him cast his eye upon Amelia, and as he did, he turned pale and cried, "Ah!"
Well, fair cousin, what aileth thee so pale and deathly? What do you see? cousin, I am hurt indeed. Pierced through the heart and through the eye, it will be the death of me. The fairness of that maiden that I can see walking in the garden to and fro. She is the cause of all my pain and woe. Woman or goddess, how am I to know?
Oh, Lord, now I am dying too. Unless I look upon her every day, I'm dead and gone. What more is there to say?
Speak no more. I know you speak in jest.
And if I do, may God grant me no rest. I swear I love her. Swear upon my honour.
False, cousin, false. What honour hath a traitor? I saw her first. Go ye and find some other.
What was it that thou sayest? Thou didst not know that you were womankind or some goddess. All thy love is naught but holiness, as one might love the image of a saint. My love is human, lusty, not so faint and feeble, sanctimonious like yours. Then there's an end. All's fair in love and wars.
They strive as to hounds after the bone. Fought all day, then find the bone was gone. But on with our tale. It came upon a day, to tell you as shortly as I may, a worthy Duke that hight a Protheus, that fellow was unto Theseus, to Athens came, as he was wont to do. Now this Protheus loved Arcite too, and so Protheus pleaded with his friend, who all at once decreed,
imprisonment hath an end. You're free to go, Arcite, but if you're found by day or night in any of my lands, with this my sword I will cut off your head. Now take your leave. Homeward get you sped.
Oh, alas. Alas, the day that I was born. Now is my prison even worse than before. Now is my soul eternally to dwell, not in former purgatory, but hell. Though fettered in that prison evermore, I have been still in bliss, and not in woe, having the sight of Emily the fair. Oh, prison in Parliament, may so jaw. Prison. Nay, thou dwellest in paradise that has mine Emily within thine eyes. Oh, farewell, my life, my lust, my happiness.
On the other hand, this Palamon, when he was told that Arcita had gone, such sorrow made he that his prison tower resounded with his yowling and clamor.
Alas!
Quoth he,
Arcita, cousin mine, of all our strife, God knows the fruit is thine. Thou art in Thebes, and is as free as is the air. Of my sufferings thou takest little care. And now, because thou hast both strength and liberty, thou could gather all the young men of our family and wage a war so fierce on this city that some force of arms or forced treaty, I might take my lady to be my wedded wife, on which day I needs must lose my life.
now lovers all, I ask this question, who hath the worst, Arcita or Palamon? The one may see his lady day by day, but in his prison he must dwell alway. The other where he list may ride or go, but see his lady nevermore. Back home in Thebes, Arcita waxed lean and wan. Melancholic he was, ever alone, his face hollow, eyes grisly to behold, his hue fallow, pale, and ashen cold. Until a night in sleep Arcita laid, when Mercury appeared to him and said,
Young man, to Athens shalt thou quickly wend. The destiny has read, thy pain shall end.
And shall, despite of capture, and dread of death, with Amelia breathe my latest breath, I might well, if I bear me very low, live by my lady evermore unknown.
he dressed him as a pulver laborer, and all alone, save for his trusty squire, to Athens is he gone the next way, and to the court gate presented himself upon a day, and offered himself to drudge and delve and draw whatever service men might use him for, until it chanced he found employment, sure 'twas destiny, with the chamberlain who served his Emily. Short tale to make, he swinked so willingly that in a year or two his low degree had changed. Behold, in bliss lives this Archite, the much-loved page of Emily the Bright, and told her that his name was Philostrate. The court held the youth in such high rate, they told the Duke he should raise him higher. Before he knows it, Archite's Theseus squire, who gives him gold befitting his position. Leave him in bliss. Palamon's still in prison.
Look what I've done. This claret I have fixed. Into it strong narcotics have I mixed. Opiates rare and Thracian potions fine. Jailer, my friend, come! Taste this fine wine.
The jailer sleeps. The youth flees fast away. The night is short, and come the day our Palamon must find a place to hide. So in this grove he chooseth to abide. The busy lark, messenger of the day, saluteth with her song the morning gray, and fiery Phoebus riseth up so bright that all the Orient laugheth in the light. Archite awakes, looks upon the merry day, and for to do observance to sweet May, out of the court a mile or two he rides, until he draws near the grove wherein his cousin hides.
May, with thy green and all thy fragrant flowers, ease my sorrowing heart these wretched hours. A prince of Thebes I am, of blood royal, yet now I'm so caitiff and so thrall that Theseus, Thebes' bitter enemy, I must service his squire disgracefully. What is worse, I do endure such shame, I dare no longer speak mine own true name. No more a lord, no longer Prince Archite. Here am I, Philostrate, not worth a mite.
Palamon hears this, and from his thicket starts.
Archita! Traitor false, to me most wicked! Now art thou caught that lovest mine Emily so. No more shall thy love mine Emily. I shall love her and nay more, for I am Palamon, thy mortal foe.
They fight! What do I think this youth? Wrath, raging wild they are, and as strong a tiger as this Archite, as two wild boars that at each other's sight. But for a while, let's leave them fighting thus, and come once more to treat on Theseus. He's up and dressed and ready for to ride, with hunt and horn and hounds beside, and with him fair Hippolyta the queen, and eke Emilia, dressed all in green. On to this little grove their course they hold, in which their lad hearts loves behold.
The old fire that loves mine Emily so.
I married Falkirk while the public's free.
Put up! No more! Or he shall lose his head. I swear by Mars that man's as good as dead that striketh any smoke before me here. Now speak quickly and say what men you are.
We're dead men, Theseus. This is Archita, who once you freed and banished from your sight, and on pain of death he returned to your gate and told you that his name was Philostrate. Thus have you been his dupe for many a year. Didst you not make him a trusted squire? And this is he that loves mine Emily so. And since the day has dawned that I must die, I may as well make my confession. I was thy prisoner. I am Palamon. But lovest thy Emily, so fair and bright that I would die from pleasure within her sight. But kill my cousin after I am gone, or slay him first, or else you do me wrong.
Enough! This is short conclusion. From your own mouth, your own confessions do damn you both. So prepare to die. I will not stay the fetching of a cord.
Have mercy, sire!
Husband, put up your sword. Fire on the Lord that does no mercy owe those who kneel. and true repentance show.
Pity flows strongest in a gentle heart, and gentlemen that are of great estate should sooner drown their wrath in clemency.
The God of love, how great a Lord is he! Many a time he's made a slave of me. I will forgive them, thank the gods above. No greater fool than a fool in love.
But know ye this, young lord, she cannot wed you both. Be you ne'er so jealous, nor so wroth.
My will is this, so make of it the best. Each of you shall go where he list, and in 50 weeks, let's say a year, each of you will return to me here in Athens on the appointed jousting day, and 100 armoured knights ready for the fray. And in the lists I shall make in this place, he to whom Dame Fortune shows most grace, and from the lists away his foes doth drive, I will give fair Emilia for to wife. This is my will and my conclusion.
A year hath passed. Back cometh brave Palamon, and Archita too, each with 100 knights. On Sunday night, ere the day began to spring, young Palamon the morning lark heard sing, and with holy heart and high courage to Venus' temple gan his pilgrimage.
Fairest of fair, Venus, goddess mine, daughter of Jove, mistress of love divine, I evermore thy servant shall be, and all my days wage war on chastity. O Venus, this is my vow. Grant me, Emilia, to have, to hold, to wed, to bed. And if you list, see that Emilia I must wed. If you refuse, then grant me this instead, to have me spitted on Archita's spear. I would not live to see him wed my dear.
Chaste goddess of the groves and woodlands green, Virgin Diana that my heart has seen, and knowest before I would speak what I would say. I long to live a maiden all my days and be forever in thy company, for I love hunting and all venery, to tread the moorlands and the forest wild. I would not be a wife, nor get a child, nor grant my maidenhood to any man. Now help me, lady, since I know ye can. Send peace and love betwixt my suitors twain. Shield their hot lust and turn it back again. Or if destiny decrees it so, that I perforce must have one of those two, then grant me him that most desire of me, though my own choosing is for chastity.
Beloved daughter, no, it may not be. The gods in council high have it affirmed with words eternal, and by fate confirmed. Thou shalt be wedded unto one of two, who so much blood and tears are spent for you.
I bow my knee, obeying fate's commands, and place my heart, Diana, in thy hands.
Mightiest of gods, O sovereign lord of war, give me the victory, I ask nay more. I lie my youth, my strength, my life before ye. Mine be the labour, but thine be the glory.
Victory!
The great day's come. It's not yet fully prime. The people in their places, all in good time, and Theseus enthroned rich and high, Apollo to the queen and Emily, and all the other ladies glittering like stars. Into the western gates, the gates of Mars, comes brave Archita with his 100 knights, their banners red as blood, as all in blue from eastward enters lusty Palamon. Amidst a horse so strong that none may say who hath the avantage in high estate, worthiness, or age, the gates are shut, and Theseus cries aloud,
Now do your devoir, for the young knights proud.
Now shivering shores upon shieldless thick, now some field the hardest bone the prick. Up springeth spears some 20 feet in height. Out go the swords that flash like silver bright. Armor all is red, and helmets all a hue. ride on throne, mighty mace is broke many a bone. As Palamon, and with his sword and Arcana hats, making it his pleasure sword to fight, some 20 knights by force the brave youth take, and drag him still unyielding to the stake. Palamon's lost the fight. Arcita's won. Theseus, when he sees this, cries,
Ho! It's done. I am fair judge. What I decide shall be. That young Arcita will have Emily, that by his fortune had the fair maid gained.
and Venus up in heaven cries,
I'm shamed.
Weep, Sir Victory. Her tears will never cease until Saturn speaks.
Fair maiden, hold thy peace. Mars hath his will, his knight hath had his boon, but this I swear, ye shall have your way soon.
Beholds the victor. Joy is in his heart. Up from the ground, unseen, a fury starts, sent by King Pluto, god and lord of hell. Upon Saturn's orders, he's in the plot as well, at which Arcita's horse doth leap and skip, and afore the young man can get a grip, he's pitched over the pommel onto his head, and laid out upon the ground like one who is dead. His rib cage crushed upon the saddle bow, his face as black as raven, coal, or crow. He's carried away by all of his company, all the while calling out for
Emily! Emily!
The man said that Arcita would not die. Doctors would cure him of his malady. But what do they know? When doctors do their work, physic farewell, go bear the corpse to church.
Alas, my death. Alas, mine Emily. Fate have decreed I'm barred your company. Queen of my heart. Alas, mine almost wife. Life of all love. Love centres all my life. What is this world? What when the tale is told? Now I'm in love. Now laid in earth, stone cold. Cold and alone, grave shunned society. Now, hold me gently. In your arms me lay, and for God's love take heed to what I say. In all this world, I know no better man worthy of your love than Palamon. Have mercy, Emily.
His soul departs some other where to dwell. Where that may be, I or no other man can tell. I never went upon that pilgrimage.
All things must end. For gods who reign above have joined all things in one great chain of love. Fire, air, the fruitful earth, the sea are set in bonds from which we may not flee. Each thing that lives, each man and nation, the gods grant time, a short duration, a little dream, a little space, beyond whose limits they may never pace. The stones we walk on day by day, though we perceive it not, are worn away. And through this we learn all men must die. Lowborn and dukes, we wend all the same way. So is it wisdom, or so it seems to me, to make in virtue of necessity? I counsel we make of sorrows two one perfect joy, to last for evermore. Sister, see Palamon, that gentle knight, that loveth you with will, and heart, and might, and hath done always since he first you saw. Here, take him for thy lord. I say no more. He comes of kings, but even were he poor, as he hath been your servant all his life, here stands a husband, if you'll be his wife.
And so with bliss and mirth and melody, this Palamon hath wed his Emily, And God, who all the wondrous world hath wrought, give him all love that he hath dearly bought. Thus endeth Palamon and Emily, and God save all this gentle company.
Oh.